Welcome back, one and all. Jaguar Right Effect, the Jaguar Right Show. Welcome to the weekend wrap up where we get into the melee and the events of all that happened in our really crazy nation, country, world, continent, wherever we are, or wherever you may be listening from. There's so many things that are just happening day to day. And we gather here at the end of the week and we discuss it. But we tend to take the approach where we like to discuss the things that people really aren't talking about, or maybe the things that people missed or forgot, or maybe the things that are possibly being intentionally ignored, covered up, hidden, swept to the side. We like to get to the bottom of the pot, not just stir it, but figure out what's sticking to it. So, salute to our number one producer and my favorite co host, Wolfgang Amadeus, set in the West, in the building.
All right. What's good? What did good do? So what we gonna do? We just gonna get right to it. Do we I mean, well you got people been saying a whole lot in the chat, so maybe we need to acknowledge everybody.
Sure. What's going on in the chat?
Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. No, I mean just for the most part people saying hi. Happy Friday. I still don't get this Unk alert. What is up with Unk alert? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
just saw a video with, I think it's Andrew Tate, referring to himself as Unc.
Andrew Tate is an Unk.
He said he's an Unc now because he's old. He's 39 and he's old, and people don't know how to raise their children. It was a really, really, really interesting video, actually.
Mm.
He was recently taking shots at Zahara Jolie Pitt, um, adopted daughter. I believe, is she Somalian?
Yeah, I believe so.
Somalian, adopted Somalian daughter of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, hence the Jolie Pitt. And she has recently made her public declaration that she wants to remove her famous celebrity attached last name and just live her own life and
Yeah,
be her own person.
yeah,
And that she wants to live her life based on her own merits. She feels as though, the name limits her ability to have a free life. And that was what she said she wanted. So Andrew Tate allegedly took great offense to that. Uh, Said that she was an ugly child,
wow.
that she should be lucky that two famous, good looking people came along and picked the ugly orphan and gave her, the world, and how Brad Pitt, being the good white man that he is, gave her everything, and all she could do is spit in his face and throw his name back at him and screw her, F her, and I hope they take all the money away from you and you can be poor and ugly. And, you know, yeah, he did that.
I mean, what's wrong with this guy?
He did that, and
What?
talked about how none of his children are trying to give his name away, and his children, they listen, and if they don't listen, he gets to kicking everybody's ass and getting everybody in line, and every all these kids is crazy. And he said he understands he's getting old. What he said, what the other thing that he said that was really troubling was, it would be okay for her to be acting this way if she was a baddie, if she was a hot Russian, you know, little tasty thing. it would be okay for her to act this way because then it would just be like, "Oh, shut up! I'm gonna give you a G wagon and just keep looking cute and just shut up."
That's yeah. He's ignorant. He's not an unk. He's an ignorant. He's an ignoramus.
And so,
That's
yeah,
wow.
she doesn't get to act that way because she's ugly,
Wow.
which is funny because technically, I think what he really meant was because she was black.
Because she's black. Yeah, she's not ugly. He now number one, I have my reservations for the whole Jolie Pitt thing. I think she, no pun intended, pitted the kids against him. So that's just what I think. I don't have I don't have confirmation, but that's just what I think. But as far as the family thing, I mean, I hate that it comes down to that and all that. As far as what's going on with the kids and all that, it's a mess. But to be honest, I mean, he should STFU. I mean, I mean the stuff that he's looking at, the things that he has done, he really should just. Did he recently make this, or is this new?
Well, it was apparently it was before he got arrested because they're currently still sitting in federal lockup in Dade County, waiting for their, I guess, bond hearing
Okay.
to see if they're going to be able to get a bond, which I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Oh well. Wow. Yeah, he. I
Mm,
mean, what a piece of ish.
yeah. He's an unk.
That's that's all I really got to say. He's a piece of ish.
He's an unk.
He's
He's
not an unk.
39 years old and he's getting old. He's an unk.
Yeah, he's an idiot,
39.
man. He is an idiot.
And he must think, I got 10 years on that kid. He must think I'm decrepit. Poor guy. You think you're old at 39? That's
Well,
wild.
well, no. I mean, technically, I guess I don't know what these streets say as far as who's an unk. That's why don't disrespect me. Call me an OG. I'm cool. You can call me OG because I am an OG. I'm an OG for real.
There's some really interesting stuff, though, attached to what he's got going on. Very interesting. Did you hear about the castles he was renting and the courses he was teaching, where he was having people pay like $8,000 a year, and then they would have to fly out and he would teach them how to dominate women,
No, I didn't. Wow, really?
doing live tutorials,
And
showing
how
guys
long has
how
this been
to.
going?
Apparently, it's been going for quite some time.
Years, huh?
I think he's been selling the memberships in his Telegram group. And then from
Wow.
there, they get introduced to a more private group after they've paid the 8,000, and then the ones who are really invested get to fly out to whatever location he has them at, and he teaches them how to, like, and it's so funny because when we were just sitting over on Set in the West and we were talking earlier, you had started mentioning about what Charles Manson was doing
Yeah.
and the things that he was doing with women. And I'm like, when I think about it, it sounds a little similar to what the Tate brothers had going on.
It seems as if government officials allow certain people like this to just, fester because in all honesty, that's why I asked how long was he doing it. If he was doing it for some time, then obviously he was sanctioned to do what he was doing. No one. I'm sure the authorities knew about this. And you say this was in another country, right?
He was doing it in Romania, he was
Yeah,
doing it in Russia.
yeah.
It's kind of funny that he said it would be okay for you to talk like that and act like that if you were a hot little Russian baddie. It's just wild. that these people are just like walking around, just running their mouth. Salute, Alina's. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Jag, he reminds me of Tom Cruise's woman hating Svengali, public speaker, and all those people are like that. You're talking about when he was in Magnolia. Was it Magnolia where Tom Cruise played the public speaker and how to dominate women and all of that? I believe that was Magnolia.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was really crazy because he was really nuts and he had a lot of daddy issues too. If anyone remembers that movie, but ooh. So yeah, I hope they didn't watch that movie when they were younger and decide this is what we want to be.
I mean, hey, you never know. That might have been an inspiration, but hey,
It's no, not Vanilla Sky, Mary. He was just a womanizer in that movie. He was just a rich womanizer. No, Magnolia. He literally played like this. Yeah, because all the women want to just suck my balls and love me.
God,
Like he was really weird. He was really weird. He did a great job playing that character too. It's kind of um yeah, yeah. Um but no, like the Tate brothers, they also have some very interesting ties and connections, and I don't think people are paying attention to that part, and it's wild. And salute to Reese Waters. I mean, he tends to talk about a lot of the same stuff we talk about. He just, you know, he has more people he talks about it to over there on his platform. And we don't typically talk about our, Jeffrey E. conversations on our public format. We've been saving that for the Patreon room, and we'll be sharing it over on Kick as well. But Paolo Zampoli, they had connections and ties to Paolo Zampoli, the same Paolo Zampoli who was the former modeling agent who is now like an advisor for President Trump, who takes credit for introducing him to Melania and for, getting all of these young underage models their working papers and their visa status, for citizenship in the United States. The one who, pretty much ran his baby mama out of the country, Amanda Ungaro, who has an order from the Brazilian court for him to return her child because he took the boy. And she's still banned from coming back to the United States. And I think somehow her socials have gone silent. That Paolo Zampoli, the same Paolo Zampoli that me and Grace discovered and were researching inside the Epstein files, the same Paolo Zampoli that, helped the career of Heidi Klum, helped the career of Giselle Bundchen, Tom Brady's ex-wife, that helped the career, right? And his baby mama also, Amanda Ungaro, who was a model, a teen model when he met her, 14, 15 years old. So the simple fact that, and then their connection to Barron Trump and Donald Jr., like it's kind of weird. And I wasn't that aware. I knew that there was some involvement, but when they were in Romania, they had a travel ban. They weren't allowed to leave the country until, while they were still dealing with their charges and what they planned to do with the case against them there. And they said that the reason why they lifted it was because President Trump called them and pretty much just asked them to do him a favor and lift their travel ban so that they could come to the United States. I'm curious to see where that case is going to go.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think they're done. They're cooked. But oh well.
Well, it's the UK that's got a hold on them right now. So UK, they will see. We'll see. But the United States, they've reached out to the White House and asked them to, put in a word to stop the extradition. And the United States has now said officially they will not be standing in the way of extradition. So yeah,
No
real
need.
interesting.
Yeah, there's no need. They let them handle that.
Real
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah, hmm. Now this week there's been some interesting stuff. Matter of fact, speaking of lightweight chit chat, what's going on? You were supposed to be filling me in on this new divorce that's going down that
No,
had
wait.
some what?
No. We'll before we get there, because
Oh,
I'll fill you in. I just because I'm still looking up other stuff. Let's talk about your guy here. Do you mind? Do you mind? Um,
no. Salute to Chris Brown, honorary doctor Chris Brown, who is facing possible 3 years in jail
yeah, he pled guilty
in the
to
UK
busting someone upside the head with a
with a
bottle.
tequila bottle.
Right.
Yeah, in a bar fight or a club fight. In London, this happened a little while back, and he's pled guilty, and so now they're going to, I guess, decide what they're going to do. He is facing up to 3 years in jail, or he could just get like some kind of suspended sentence or some kind of probation, which would pretty much mean they'll probably drain his pockets of a little bit of money and, just let him go. And as long as he doesn't get into any more trouble in the UK for a year or two, he'll be fine.
That's likely what seems like it'll happen because if he pled guilty, because they're now the media is sitting there. Oh, he's going to miss out on the tour, and he's going to miss out on half the dates, and he's going to do 3 years, and they're just putting extras on it. I think because he's set to be sentenced October
Yeah,
26th, so there's still
that's a little
time
ways
out.
away.
Yeah, there's still time for the tour.
Yeah.
I doubt if he does any time. But Usher is scandalous. I don't know how. Well, I guess if he's gonna run the rest of the tour, he's gonna be doing things like what we see here because they're saying that he's over here just
Acting a fool and being totally disrespectful.
well, they said Usher is the reason why Mario split.
Dang.
That and this is why. Look, check this out. And poor Mario, but look, Usher came out before doing this.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm about let it burn.
What do you mean let it burn? He's spill So he's singing "Let It Burn." Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That part. That part, Alina. So he comes out on the stage and pours water all over the stage so somebody can come out there and bust their ass.
You should let me. I'm sorry. That's not funny. Mario's a cool guy. This is messed up. He's like, wait, what's going on? Usher came
Mario
out
is
before.
Mario has become an interesting young man. I knew him when he was a kid, when I was ghostwriting for him when he was a kid.
Hmm.
And they put him through a lot. They put his family through a lot. And whatever success he has. I think he recently became a father, didn't he? Everybody was giving him hell because he's involved with a Latino woman. And apparently, he made it very clear that he's not interested in being in a relationship with black women. He prefers, you know, to date other races. Um,
I mean,
he's
that's his
been catching on.
preference.
It's his preference, and he can do whatever he wants to do. I'm just like, I'm seeing him like trying to still find a space, find a place amongst this generation of, young R&B guys. And it's so funny now because I have to remember, I look at them all and I still see kids. Even Usher, who's just a couple of years younger than me, I still see kids when I look at them.
They're
But I have to
old.
remember these are grown men now. Like,
They're old.
they're
Yeah,
Usher is in his 40s. These other young men are approaching their 40s, and they're grown. Like, it's it's just really wild. It's really weird to watch. Yeah, he said black women are just a friend. Yeah.
that's yeah. He's clowning. That's a joke. Yo,
I know. I
that's
know.
funny.
That's
Now,
why I had to
yeah, yeah,
acknowledge
yeah.
it. It was cute.
These artists, because I mean, Usher actually been around for a long time. I remember "Just Call Me a Mac," all that's old Usher. Then he had
Yeah.
the resurgence in the early 2000s, and then,
Yeah.
here he is where he at right now. Now, Chris Brown,
He was working
uh,
with Mark and Sherm.
what came in and around with the old 405. He was 16. They all
Mhm.
had that. They all come in at around 16, 17, and I get the whole reason why they groom these male singers to they get them very young. You know, you think about like New Edition.
They
Uh,
train them. They
yeah.
train them. They get these people before they have their own values, before they have their own ideas, and they train them. But like it says in the Bible, train up a child in the
Mhm.
way he should go, and when he is older, he will not depart from it. So I'm just sitting there looking, and I'm like, Usher is such a. uh, I used to feel sorry for him, and then when I saw him get involved with, what's her name, Tamika Raymond, that
Yeah.
wife of his.
Yeah.
Now it's funny because now she's known as Tamika Raymond, but that's her married name. She was already in the business. She was already in the industry, but she got that name and she's kept that name.
Hmm.
She's very very happy with being Tamika Raymond. But I mean, she was a retail like chick. She was a retail thief.
Damn.
She was, yeah, I remember her. Like, she had a notorious, like, people, like, so many people did not like when she came through to dress people for music videos because she was stealing stuff, taking tags off, doing all kinds of stuff. She would sit up there, they would give her a budget, let her loan stuff, whatever the case may be, and then she would pretend like somebody robbed her and stole it off the set, and then she would sit there. She was boosting, like she was like a high stakes booster for the most part.
Wow.
And I'll never forget when I first started calling out all of this crap, and she was on Instagram talking about, Jaguar, right? I need to talk to you, and I need to talk to you about the things you say. And I'm like, I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to talk to a thief.
Damn.
Sue me, thief.
Wow.
Like, yeah, no. There was I always, in my early years when I was like still at the label and working, in the major part of the game before I went independent. Like, they would say, "Oh, you want to hire Tamika Rain? You want to hire Tamika?" No, 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 I'm good. I'm good.
Hmm.
She was scandalous, but when I saw him get involved with her, and then he went from her to Grace, and Grace has been an industry like groupie diabolical figure. And then I found, and that's when, that Hollywood witch that I know was telling me that Grace was involved in witchcraft. So I knew he was with the shits.
Mm.
Like I knew
Wow.
he was with the shits. And it's I think for some time, like I guess at some point in time he was just like, you're never gonna be able to beat him, so you might as well join him. You might as well become as close to or as much of a boss as you probably can. So like when I see that, I'm just like, number one, you're sitting there pouring water all over the stage. Somebody has to come out and perform, and they don't even bother to send anybody to clean up after that. That means you wanted that to happen. You
I
wanted that.
mean,
But as far as
yeah.
Chris Brown is concerned, like in my opinion, the only thing that I can say about Chris Brown is he perfect? Absolutely not. Does he have some very, very, very bad habits and bad qualities? Yes, he does, like any other human being. But I watched them set this kid up. And I think that's why it hits so differently for me, because I watched them set this kid up like he was right there. He was about to break all the way, like boom, and they snatched him and put him in his place. And then when he started spending time with Michael Jackson and they saw that Michael Jackson took a liking to him and Michael Jackson was giving him advice, they started coming down on him even harder, even
Yeah.
harder,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just yeah, just like, mm, you try to say he was the first Tory Lanez. Please, like, girl, before Chris Brown, there was a man named Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Oh damn. Yeah, I remember him.
They got his ass good.
They got him up out of here.
They got him good. He was Chris
And
Brown before Chris Brown.
Terrence Trent D'Arby had that. Is that that?
Sign your
She. You know, I
name
remember that one, but it
across
was
my
a
heart.
somewhat of an
I
unknown
want
joint
you to
that
be
he
my
had.
baby.
She kissed me. She kissed me, and she put it there. Was yeah, that was him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wish me
And
love,
wishing well. Yep.
wishing
Oh
well,
yeah, I
can't
remember that
you
one.
tell?
Yeah.
Oh, wishing well with butterfly name. Oh my goodness, yeah. Terrence Trent.
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
what's his
him
story?
all the
Listen
way
to
the
me.
f up out of
You
here.
need to go and you need to look up his catalog and you need to look and see
Yeah.
what Tommy Mottola did, because Tommy Mottola was the end of him. That's what
Yep.
happened to him.
Yep.
A lot
Yep.
of people don't know, but he was pretty much a big deal. He was a very big deal. At one point in time, they had actually said that he might be the next Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah.
they were pumping
Yeah.
him up, and
Late '80s, early '90s. Yeah, he was.
yeah,
Oof.
he got rid of his name. He got rid of his name, but that's how bad it was.
Wow.
And I remember the stories about what happened to him. Because he was dating and he was going to marry Tommy Mottola's daughter.
Oh wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
Oh wow. Hmm.
That was where the issue started.
Okay.
And I guess he thought he was in the family. He thought he was cool. And from what I was told, hear tell, allegedly, he was getting a little bit too much in the family business and he was able to connect some dots in the business
Mm-mm-mm.
and thought he might have had a little leverage and thought, his relationship with the daughter might have been protecting him. Well, as you see, they never got married and it got really ugly between him and Tommy. And I mean, allegedly, from what I heard, his life was threatened on more than one occasion.
Hmm.
And he fled to Europe
Mm-hmm.
and never came back.
Mm.
Never came back.
Mm.
Tommy Mottola, Tommy Mottola.
Live on. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, but salute. No, I mean, like they've been doing this to people for a long time.
Oh, I know.
Just
It's
watching it happen over and over again. That's the hard part.
people just gotta. I mean, you pay attention to the patterns. Like, I mean, we could do a deeper dive, and someone just made a comment. Oh, you hating on game on my channel. That's a whole. I ain't even gonna entertain that. I told them to go sit your little punk ass down and go sip you
Hating on game.
a thing, a haterade, you bitch
Go
motherfucker.
say that
Um,
over there. Go say that over there on Complex. On the
but what I
Complex.
but what I was saying about, because like game played the game. There's certain people who just say, hey, I don't want to play this game. I want to just get out here and do. I'm pretty sure Terrence Trent D'Arby just wanted to. I mean, he was a good singer, musician. He just wanted to get out there and do his thing. They like, oh, they probably had an agenda that they were like, hey, you gonna have to
Found out
push this.
something that he wasn't supposed to know, allegedly.
Okay, well maybe you could
And was
share
willing.
that with me.
I ain't repeating that.
Okay, all right. Well, you ain't got to, but
I ain't.
nonetheless,
No, I'm just saying I'm not repeating it because I already know where that will lead.
no. I'm not telling you to tell it to the world. If I get you. Don't worry about it. You ain't even got to share. I get you. But I'm
But
just saying, yeah, they will stifle an artist. Yeah, like yeah, if you come across something, just like you said about Chris Brown, he was on his way up. They knew he was going to be bigger than Mike, and it's like, oh, let's bring him back down to size. Um,
let's make sure that we can keep him underfoot.
yeah,
They saw what happened with Michael Jackson. And I think that's the thing. Like, when you look at the power of Michael Jackson and what he was able to accomplish, when they saw that the biggest problem with Michael Jackson, in my opinion, when it came to the industry, is that they underestimated him.
yeah,
They thought they had him broken in. They thought he was good. They thought they had him under control. And see, once upon a time, Joe Jackson was the manager.
yeah,
They knew they had Joe under control.
yeah. Of course.
So they figured the way Joe ran his family, that they had it all under control. Nobody was paying attention to the fact that Michael was dreaming, scheming, planning
Yeah,
how to get from under all of the control. They never really thought of him as a threat, I think, until Thriller. I think Thriller thrilled the world and won the world's heart, and I think it terrified the industry. But when he made that publishing deal, ooh,
and then he did it. He did it not with Sony America, but with the parent company, Sony Japan. That's
because he
yeah,
knew
yeah,
he
yeah,
stepped right over their asses. And that part, Carla.
yeah. Yep.
And they were, I'm telling you, there must have been a meeting that was had that said, we can't ever let this happen again.
Right. We need 100% control.
Period. Like,
Let me tie in something. I'm gonna tie in this next story because this is good. And shout out to, I see Dr. Jacko. Good to see you in the building. He so funny thing is Dr. Jacko, and I'm gonna tie this story to Michael Jackson and to the next story. Uh so if Dr. Jacko if he was a part of Insane Clown Posse, shout out to them. I remember that this that they did to Eminem. If I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean that shit was hilarious. I think I probably still have it. No, I don't have that disc no more. I don't have that. I had a disc of just like LimeWire songs the back day when they were dissing, like everybody was going at mixtape stuff. You know what I mean? Like I had that. I don't know what that disc is, but long story short, Insane Clown Posse dissing Eminem. That was hilarious. Now, Eminem took it upon himself. Yeah, y'all did two disses. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yo, y'all were, that shit was like, I was like, yo, but Eminem, and I'm not taking away from Eminem, but we know what's up with Eminem. We know what the whole deal was. He was only
I,
dissing like pop stars. He wasn't really dissing, like he wasn't coming at nobody like,
not in
let me
hip
see
hop,
after.
not for real,
Right,
for
right,
real.
right, right.
He
So
never went after anybody for real, for real.
so no one really took him serious, like, and that's the whole thing, that was his whole thing, even with him, and I mean, with 8 Mile. It's like, dude, I mean, that he was a I ain't gonna say it was a joke, but he wasn't
He
taken
was a plant.
serious.
He was a plant.
Yeah, yeah,
He was a
yeah,
plant. I watched that whole situation happen, and I watched
yeah,
the person who made him everything that he was. You know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean? So it's like rest
yeah.
in peace to
Rest in peace,
prove.
proof. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm tying in Eminem because Dr. Jacko and his group, shout out to them. Y'all forever, see, Eminem was just always going after pop stars, and he even took a shot at Michael Jackson. Remember that
I remember. I
that
remember
and Michael Jackson said, you know what? Michael Jackson said, I ain't even finna say nothing to you. He just bought his publishing.
that part.
That's how you do it. That
That part.
if you gonna diss somebody and you got that power, his publishing, he just bought his publishing. And I'm not mad at Mike for that.
They
But back to
hated the amount of control that
that,
he wielded. That he wielded because he was smart enough to invest in his dreams.
right. Exactly. Exactly. Now I bring up this. I know we didn't
Oh
necessarily
Jesus!
talk about this
What the hell?
backstage, but no, check this out.
What the hell is going on?
Well, there's a rumor going around. I don't know. Have you heard of the new Britney Spears rumors? Like,
I've been hearing some stuff, but I've been waiting until we're actually going to do a video on it to talk about it. But honestly, it's been a little disturbing. So go ahead, let's get
well,
caught up.
this is just a little bit. We don't have to go too in depth. They're saying, and the internet has been dead ass like believing Britney Spears was cloned. Britney Spears' son had to publicly come out and reject the clone conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thing is like, one thing could turn out on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, or whatever, speculation, and then it pretty much started out as just speculatory, like, yo, Britney Spears was cloned, whoop, 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 and then it's like a fact. They're saying it like it's fact. So her son, the 19-year-old son, what's his name, Jaden?
Yeah,
He
I
had to
think it.
come out. He had to come out and publicly say, "My mom has not been cloned." And I said, "Wow, that's sad." People really believe. There were millions of people on TikTok. Like it said, the biggest theory ever is Britney Spears still alive.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, that's all their fault. That's the family's fault. That's the ex-husband Kevin Federline's fault. That's all of them. They sat there and they created all of that hyperbole and, oh, look at her, she's on the brink, she's on the edge, she's about to lose her mind, right after she got and right after she sold her catalog and got their bread, when everybody was so busy trying to take control of her. They whipped everybody into a frenzy, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like, how can you be mad at these people when their imaginations run away with them?
right.
Y'all set it up for that. Y'all set up all of that angst. You set up all of that anxiety. You sat there and you stoked the flames on every worry that her fan base has for her well-being, which is part of the reason why I didn't just jump on making Britney video after Britney video after Britney video, because I started realizing that unless we have definitive information and guaranteed this or guaranteed that, all we're doing is adding to it.
True. No, and you did a great job at number one, and a lot of people were just commenting in your comments and just commending you for, like, I mean, you humanize the whole situation. Number one, there should that woman shouldn't be abused or gawked at or followed like how TMZ was following her and all that. Like, that was just wrong. But shout out to you for, like I said, just pretty much what everyone was saying in the comments. You humanized her, and yeah, like, not like the one little blogger that was like, leave Britney alone. You know what I'm saying? But you were like, leave Britney alone because it's wrong. People are people. You got to let people just. It's just wrong for what the media was doing to Britney Spears, if you ask me. Um,
You want to know what's sad though? Speculation, just a little bit.
the speculation. What do you mean speculation?
If she were, would anybody even be able to tell the difference?
Well, see, here, I'm glad you said that because
And
here,
more importantly, those sons of hers have been brainwashed by their father for many
yeah,
years. How do you
yeah.
trust anything they have to say?
Well, here's where I was gonna go. This young lady here, who has a very popular podcast, I believe it's called Let's Be Honest.
Hmm.
She's the one, allegedly, she's the one that started the rumor. It picked up steam when this woman, Kristen Cavallari, I guess she's, whatever, popular or whatever. But the clone theory circulated. They said it's been going on for the past 2 years, and they seen it on her Instagram page. They said, they had a Britney out there that had no bottom teeth. Um, but she's the one. This podcast is the one that kind of popularized the whole thing. Talking about Britney Spears' erratic behavior online, and
Podcaster,
yeah, yeah. There we
you
go.
mean culture vulture?
Yeah, yeah,
All these people want to do is make money off of lying on people. If anybody understands how annoying that crap is, it's me. I still got a whole sector of people that are still looking for anything that they possibly can just so that they can create something so that they can use me to make money off of me. And I've been out of the major side of the entertainment industry for over a decade. So
yeah.
it's like, imagine what the like Brittany, like she's food. She's food for these people.
It's just as bad as, not to cut you. It's just as bad as when, and I keep going back to freaking Howard Stern, Dana Plato. This happened in the late '90s, early 2000s, and
A
he
lot of people forget about her.
he dogged her out online, on air. It was radio at the time. Online wasn't a real
Yeah,
thing like that,
yeah.
and she ended up. Hmm, everybody knows what happened to Dana Plato.
She
And
unalived
yeah,
herself, didn't she?
yeah, yeah. And here we are with Britney. Like you say, they take advantage of people's popularity and their, maybe, like she mentioned, the erratic behavior. So she's capitalizing off of that, and the other legal issues that are going on with her. Yeah, it's almost like easy, no offense, but it's like when people pick
Easy
on like
for
the handicapped kid or something like that, right?
yeah.
Like, it's messed up.
But that's the problem with fame and celebrity. People become fanatical. They become fanatical. I wish people, well, actually that's not true. I'm not going to say I wish people were that fanatical about Jesus, because some people are and they run around do some crazy shit. Like
So they do.
I mean, just fanaticism. Like, fanaticism should be something that should just be like, that should be against the law.
Yeah.
Because the truth is fanaticism, it's a mental illness, whether or not people want to admit it or not. Like, anytime one person can become absolutely like obsessed with the details of another person, of their life, how they live, what they do, what they eat, who they're with, where do they shop, what do they sleep in, what kind of sheets do they sleep on, what kind of shoes do they wear, how many times do they go shopping a week, how many times do they wash their hair in a month. Like when people get there, with it, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with you. And in my opinion, when it comes to the entertainment industry, fanaticism is encouraged and celebrated.
Yeah. Fanatic is a short fans. Fans are.
It
Yeah.
comes from the word fanatic.
Yeah.
So that's why I've never really, I don't know if you notice, you always hear me say supporters,
Yeah.
listeners. You don't
Yeah.
ever hear me, when do you ever hear me call anyone that follows my work or anything like that a fan?
No, you never do. So.
I never say the word fan because I find the word fan offensive. Absolutely, Cat. It is idol worship, and idol worship goes against the commandments. It goes against God's laws. We're not supposed to be worshiping another human being, but it gets to the point where people lose their minds, and it's totally not cool. And I'm not saying that Britney Spears is a clone. I'm not encouraging anybody to believe it. What I will say is this: she has been forced into isolation so much over the course of the past 10 years. What if they did clone her? How would we know the difference? How would we know? What would we know? Her life has been so controlled and so contrived, scripted, narrated. How do you authenticate the real Britney Spears at this point? How? Is that not a fair question? I tell you what I do know. Her auditioning for Glow up there in on the left side. Man, uh,
Hmm.
is she going into is she going into wrestling? I can't. I The world destroyed Britney Spears and the industry engineered it. I just pray that she listen to me, Cat. Who knows what happened? Who knows what happened? Who knows? I tell you what I do know. For somebody who passed the sobriety test and still pled guilty to driving under the influence, something ain't right. Like, something ain't right. She passed her sobriety test and still pled guilty. By the way, you're muted. So, long and short of it, guys, I can't yes, we've been talking about Britney Spears and the stories of her being cloned and who has been engineering those stories and just where do we go from here, right? Salute, welcome in the building, Spesh. Yeah, like it's just there's been a whole lot of crazy going on. A whole lot of crazy going on. And I mean it's just kind of interesting to me because I think that people tend to listen to me. We'll always be rooting for Britney. Like when you get to know the the inner workings of her story and all that's happened, you know.
Yeah, we're not gonna like I said, I feel bad for celebrities or quote unquote celebrities when this happens to them where it's like you don't have a real life and you're getting stalked by um certain celebrities. They don't go through this because they have PR, they're protected because they feed thousands of people. They're a business. So Britney, I don't know what happened to Britney, but I think let's just say Disney, let's just say MK Ultra, which we're going to do an
I
MK
don't know if I would
Ultra.
I don't know if I would say that any artist is protected. I would definitely say guarded.
Okay, there you go, guarded. But think about, she broke her programming because we're going to talk about the MK Ultra thing tomorrow. She broke
Yeah,
her programming when she shaved her hair, remember?
yeah, yeah.
And ever since then, and then she took the bat to the, she was doing a bunch of, but I mean, but it was something going on, and
She
that's
was
why it's
fighting
important.
back.
And that's why it's important that we give people context. It's funny, we were talking about the Charles Manson situation and how he was
Yeah.
brainwashed and how they use, the CIA used LSD on him and stuff, and they brainwashed him. They taught him how to brainwash others. Um, there are handlers in the entertainment industry. That's what they do. That's just what
Harley
they do.
Pasternak.
hmm And then, like I
It's
said
funny
about,
how that conversation happened. Candace Owens talked about that conversation and that went nowhere.
and it don't have to be drugs or the psychosis. They'll get you with the SCX. So that's why I mentioned Dana Plato, because obviously you already know the situation with Todd Bridges. You
Hmm.
know the situation back then with Dana Plato. They were abusing these stars. River Phoenix. Who's the guy that the blind, what's it, Blind Melon, is that the name of the group? Anyway, this is how they program these people in Hollywood, and then they figure out a way to control them, and then they just abuse them. But
And
if
SCX
they,
addiction is a very effective tool.
yeah, just the honeypot situation, the honey trap or whatever too, like
Hmm.
as far as just, yeah, they know how to control people, and they have thousands of years of subjects research how to do it, etc. And now that we enter, well, now we're in a new paradigm, but the old paradigm with Hollywood and how they were able to control celebrities, because it was all about money. It was all about, think about it. I just saw something, and it's a little bit off topic. Um, Chloe Bailey, Hallie's the other one. Chloe's the
Hmm.
one. She just went on her Instagram, and oh man, she was like, the only thing that was covered up was the C to the L to the I to the, y'all know what I'm talking about, them lady part. That was the only thing that was covered up. Everything, and I was just like, and I mean, of course, she wasn't like completely naked, but it was just like, girl, what are you doing?
The
It's
same thing
like,
that the same thing that Rihanna used to do.
yeah,
Except for Rihanna ain't had no shame about it. She just flashed the whole batch.
damn.
She just have a whole vulva just sitting up there on the camera.
But that's a part of the magic, like play, flash that to get the lust going. Yeah.
Welcome back, Maria. I mean, Rihanna was a whole problem, and a lot of people forget, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it. But that's why I was glad when Special was, saying, "No, Jag, I remember, I remember when she was doing this. She was doing all kinds of this. She was, yeah, Jag." Like, because a lot of people just wipe all of that away now that she's a pseudo wife and a real life mom. You know what I mean? Like, everyone wants to forget all of that being a part of it. But yeah, Chloe Bailey is just, it's so funny to watch her, that post that she did about Sinners and how that movie affected her. And did you notice, like, after she did that post, like, she was kind of like moving away from the industry. Like, it was
Yeah,
like she was trying to break away. And then
yeah,
she did that post, and it seems like the next thing you know, she was at Fashion Week. They had her dressed up in some clothes, and it's like she's like recommitted.
yeah, yeah.
She tripling down on being a whole hoe and can't seem to keep a guy. Can't seem to find a steady relationship at all, but neither can her sister. They
Well,
just, you know, I
but yeah,
mm,
we'll talk about the MK Ultra side of the game. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think a lot of things, a lot of people, they can't get a lot of stuff over on people anymore like how they used to. So they're taking other drastic measures, especially,
absolutely.
you know, but
Especially when it comes to these young people, you know, people like us have done a really effective job at, just getting people to see what's happening. So it's, you know, desperate times, desperate measures. They gotta get the industry back industrying.
yeah. Hmm.
They're willing to do whatever they got to do to get it,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they got to do to pull it off, whatever they got to do to make it happen. They're willing to do that. The question is how many of these young artists that they're playing around with are going to defect in the in the process. So, mm.
Speaking of defect, so did you hear about this?
Now, I am not that up on things, but I remember, I think you were telling me something about this woman having a relationship with Matt Barnes, and I think I remember hearing about that. Matt Barnes has real problems with his personal business. Like, his personal business always seems to lead to nothing but bad things.
Matt Barnes. Yeah, Matt Barnes. So how Matt Barnes was, let's just say, let's use the Jada Pinkett famous word, entanglement, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so first off, if you guys don't know who this is the former NBA player Derek Fisher, and we have
Mhm.
the Basketball Wives star Gloria Govan. She's the
That's right.
one. She's the one that I had took a picture of on a red carpet, and it got stolen by EUR Web. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay, okay, now I
She's
understand.
the one.
She is from Basketball Wives. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
got it.
So,
You know,
so
I didn't really watch a lot of that. I had a hard time watching it. Like,
why?
because it's worse than Love and Hip Hop, and I don't know how anything could be worse than that.
Ooh, yeah. I never watched Basketball Wives. Never. Hmm.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's
So
bad.
so yeah, Derek Fisher and Gloria Gavon, they began dating. I guess this was around what, 2015. They both were in previous marriages. They both ended their previous marriages and they started dating.
Mm.
All good or whatever. Now the whole Matt Barnes thing is crazy because Matt Barnes, they said what sparked the relationship. He initially sparked drama between Gloria, um, who was pretty much, I think, in a previous long-term relationship with Matt Barnes. Of course, Matt Barnes is a former Laker, and
Right.
his teammate was Derek Fisher. They said this happened in October of 2015. Matt Barnes drove to Gloria Govan's house and fought with Derek Fisher, and I heard he got beat up. Matt Barnes supposedly
I'm
got
not
beat up.
surprised. He look a little on the he sweetness.
I mean, he light skinned. He's supposed to be able to fight, but
I don't know if listen to me. He gives prima donna.
yeah, man. I guess over some time, things cooled off after the fight. Matt Barnes publicly congratulated Derek Fisher and his new wife on their engagement, and they ended up getting married in 2021. They were engaged in April of 2018, and they tied the knot in Malibu 2021.
Oh, it's doing
And
it big, huh?
yeah, you know, and as of late, they're saying that they've both been living apart. I didn't know they were like a 10-year age difference because Derek Fisher's 51, she's 41, but they've been living apart. And supposedly they were like, there's no plans of getting a divorce or whatever. But now they're saying, they're splitting. This is like fresh off the whole little whatever. They said they're splitting.
They're
They've been
splitting.
living apart for 5 years.
So ain't that already split?
I mean, no, technically I mean, physically, yeah, but not.
How you married and not living together for 5 years and now you're breaking up? Like, no, y'all already broke up. You just doing it for the record.
Pretty much. I think. Look, think about it. When did they get married? When did I tell you they got married? What year?
2021.
Okay, so
You
I guess
said they
after
got
10
together in the
years.
2018
Uh
and then they
huh.
got married in the 2021. It's 2026. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. They've been together for less than 10 years.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. And my bad. No, they were not.
Wait a minute.
Wait, they were not split. They have not been split for 5 years. I thought they were married longer. I'm doing my math wrong. No, they've been married for 5 years and they recently split and they've been on their own or whatever. I thought because I'm thinking, because after 10 years in California, it's like it's a totally different ball game when it comes to divorces.
No, what I'm not understanding, because I was about to say, hold up, they got married 2021, it's 2026, they've been separated for 5 years. They got married and split up. I'm like,
My bad. That was my mistake. I read the whole thing wrong.
they wasn't never together.
They separated after the honeymoon, huh? Like, yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't say how long they been separated either, did they?
No, they didn't.
Because 5 years is real short for y'all to say we've been living separately for a while and now we've been getting divorced. Because now I want to know how long y'all been separated. Y'all just got married.
Pretty much. That's a typical black marriage. 5 years. You're lucky if you get 5 years.
What you talking about? Typical black marriage and what
That's the
in whose
typical. That's
world?
the typical. The average length of a typical black marriage nowadays is like 5 years. Typical. Not saying that everybody. I said that's the typical.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is.
Because I
People used to.
remember once upon a time it used to be 20 years
Yeah,
with
people
an
used to be
average time
together.
of 10 years separated.
Right. Right.
Like I
People
I
used
knew
to.
people who used to be separated for 20 years and say, "Well, I guess we not getting back together, so let's get a divorce."
Right.
After 20 years separation. That's
I
it
mean,
now? It's 5?
you lucky if you get 5.
Well, my first was 11, almost 12.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but we were separated for 5.
Okay.
We were
So it's
separated.
about 5. Let's just say about 5.
We were separated for 5. So we know it's about 6 years. And then but then again I was also on the road a lot. So technically we've been separated our whole marriage. But but yeah, my second was, yeah, I was calling it quits at 5. I was calling it quits at 5. Yeah. I gave notice. I gave official notice February uh, on the 4th year that, yeah, just 5. Yeah, I had said that from the beginning though. I said I give it 5, and if it's worth it, then we can have a wedding and do all of that and re-up and all of that. But if not, we just call it quits, and that's not too much time out of people's lives. You know what I mean? You separate, move on as friends. There were no children, were no whole bunch of nothing to split up. So I think that was fair. But I tell you one thing: never again. Never again. It's gonna be the long walk.
Yeah, they've only lasted 5 years. I mean, technically they've been together for 10, something like that, right? Or
No, less than 10. You talking about 2018? It's 8 years. It's 2026. It's eight
well,
years.
the altercation that happened between Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher happened in what, 2015? That's what I'm talking about. Like,
Okay. That was
yeah,
2015. Okay.
yeah,
So then,
end of
so they got
2015. Yeah,
engaged in 2018.
they got engaged in 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, but my thing was it serious? If she was running around banging on Matt Barnes, was they just kicking it?
In the beginning, I guess she was still dealing with Matt Barnes, I
So
guess.
they've known each other for over 10 years. Knowing somebody and being with somebody is two different things.
Yeah, exactly.
They see, it's this basketball foolishness. Like that baby mom, that Dwayne Wade baby mom,
Uh-huh.
that's the mother of the child that Gabrielle Union pretends doesn't exist, the break baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was on the Basketball Wives for a quick little moment there. And it
Wait,
was
really?
interesting.
She was? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was on there for a season or two. They brought
Hmm.
her on there. But I thought it was just wild because she got a baby out of that dude before Gabrielle did.
Wow.
And their baby is what, like 6 now? So that little boy is like 8. You don't never see him in nothing. He ain't in nobody's pictures. They done he had a brother that turned into a sister, everything. You still ain't seen that little boy around.
That's funny.
It just all kinds of stuff been going on in Drea too. But yeah, Dwayne Wade's baby mom, she was a Hollywood baby mom first before a sports baby mom. I think she switched industry lanes because she's the mother of 2 of Damon Wayans Jr.'s children.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I used to say it all the time. I used to say Gabrielle was a whole idiot. I was like, that girl got 2 Wayans and a Wade. What you got? What you got? She got 2 Wayans and a Wade. She got a thing for W's. Winning. But yeah, I'm just. I don't understand these women. I don't understand these women. They run around collecting DNA sample and and handbags. I don't get it. I don't. But anyway, on to the next. Thank you for filling me in on
Yeah, I don't know if that
lifestyles of the rich and shameless.
right. We could have skipped that.
Everything but a wife. Everything but a wife. They call it basketball wives. I don't know why they call it wives. Most of them people ain't never been married, go and get married. If
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
lucky
That
they
part.
had a baby. Why you call it basketball wives? What's up with this wife stuff? Like, why can't they just call it what it is? Basketball hoe.
Damn. Hoop hoes. Hooping hoes.
Hoop, yeah, hoop dreams. Or hoop schemes.
There you go. The hoop scheme.
Yo, like,
I thought about that. I drove past SoFi and I thought about um all the debauchery that went on to the east, right to the east of the SoFi Stadium. If you know, you know. Back in the 80s, when the forum just opened up, and most of the Lakers used to live right next to the Carlton Square. It's a nice little community right next to the forum.
are you
And
talking about all of that?
all them freak offs. This was before Diddy. Them the Laker freak offs, y'all should have heard the stories I heard.
You ain't gonna tell us.
I'm not.
So what's the next subject?
I'm not. I ain't saying nothing. But if you from
I ain't
LA,
want to
you know.
gossip,
I
but
ain't
you
want to
ain't
go.
heard it from me.
Yeah, Jack
My
Quilla come
nigga,
out. Let me let Jack Quilla say it.
Lord have mercy. So what we got next on deck? Because actually we have a couple serious conversations to get into, and
Well,
it's
before that, I just want to give shout out everybody. Rakim dropped a new album or new song,
yeah, yeah.
and number one, when Rakim drops something, everybody listens. Man. If you old school, new school, put some respect on Rakim name. Somebody put Nas up on X and said, name two MCs better than him, and I said, you know what? There are no other MCs better than him, but there's one. Maybe Rakim. I will give Rakim a
Oh no,
listen.
yeah, I was definitely gonna say better than Nas. Yeah, I was gonna say KRS-One and Nas.
There you go.
They
KRS One
both
and
better than.
Rakim. KRS
I
One
mean,
and Rakim.
KRS-One and Rakim. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, KRS One. I give KRS One a shout out to the Blast Masters, the master teacher. Yeah, but Rakim do got a new song out, and we're not gonna
Salute.
let it go like how Rick Ross he sold 2,000 copies. He sold
What do
less
you
than Lizzo.
What do you mean? Let it go.
We're not gonna allow a legend to only get less than 2,000 spins, copies, or whatever.
Well, number
Uh,
one, putting you Rick Ross is not in the same category
no, he's
as Rock.
not. We
That's
know
number one.
that. I
Number
know.
two, he's a legendary mythical feature or figure. He's not even a real person.
Oh,
He's a parody. Number three, what he should have done was went back down there to Star Island with little Bruce Leroy, and they should have done some promo. That's what he should have done. He was so busy running his mouth, talking crap and talking smack and talking about how his album was a classic, and ain't nobody even know it came out.
right.
He was on stage with that freak off worker, Carisha, helping her promote her record, and ain't nobody remember to get his. That's wild. Yeah, yeah. Salute to Rose.
Yeah.
Salute
Now
to
we're not
Chappelle.
we're not we're not
That's what
gonna
we're not
allow.
calling you, Rose. We're gonna call you Champel.
Cold
Cause
duck, nigga.
that's about all your album is inspired.
He went from Maybach music to Mazda music.
I guess. I
No
guess.
offense to the Mazda drivers. Yeah, but no, Rakim, the legend, the God MC, Rakim. I remember when he dropped the 18 letter, and I was like, oh, It's been a long time. I came in
Mhm.
the door, said it before, but no, I'm not down with Eric B no more. It's like, oh. And then he dropped something. I say, what about a decade later? That uh, holy are you, holy are you. There is no God but you. I was like, yo, I forgot the name of that. I got that album, but I forgot the name of it. But it was a classic too. I didn't spin it as much because I was just, this happened maybe like 2010, 2011 when he dropped it. I don't think he dropped anything after that.
They were busy trying to make people forget that he
Yeah,
was real because they were busy propping up other fake legends. Um, it's all I can say is I pray that everybody who truly loves hip hop will make sure that they give this a stream, give it a listen, give it a buy. Um,
yeah.
if,
I'm
if,
getting it.
if for nothing more than history, we need to invest in that because we don't have enough. Like the simple fact that we still have MCs from his era of his age around. Like, and don't get me wrong, I see what Big Daddy Kane is doing, and
Hmm.
I have some appreciation for it. But do you know what I don't like that Big Daddy Kane is doing?
What's that?
He's getting involved in the mess. He's trying to go viral. He's busy, wanting to go back and forth with Max B and like why? Why? Because Rakim ain't doing that.
There's no need to. I was gonna bring that up as far
You
as
know what I'm saying?
all
Like
this
Rakim,
unnecessary drama with the rappers, especially on the East Coast now. Like, yeah, like,
you were saying?
oh no, 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 my bad. I was gonna bring that up because you mentioned Max B going at it with or just Big Daddy Kane having some words for Max B. I guess it was like a friendly. It was almost like a friendly competition type of thing.
No, not really a friendly competition because the truth is if you ask me, Big Daddy Kane cheapened himself when he entertained that. Like the era in which he comes from, and him being one of the last pillars of the old regime,
Yeah,
he shouldn't be entertaining that shit
yeah.
like at all. Like LeBron coming out and somebody asking him if he has a relationship with Michael Jordan, and he was like, "Jordan don't talk to me." And guess what?
uh,
Good,
uh,
good. Remember your place, boy. You talk about me on podcasts. I don't even talk to you at all. Like that's how it should be. Like rappers from that pristine era. But then again, let's just be clear. Big Daddy Kane, he was a commercial rapper.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Rakim wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe that's the reason why he entertaining it. I don't know.
There you go.
But it doesn't feel the same. In my opinion, it's cheapening him.
Yeah, it is. You're
It's
right.
cheapening his legacy. It's
You're right.
it
You're right.
it's like the old man coming outside to slap box with the kids and then hurting his back
Nah.
and when the kids laugh at him.
Right. Well, here's another one. This one actually made me kind of like tear up. De La has a new one called Cabin in the Sky, and they sampled
Mm,
what did they sample that What a Feeling. Oh, what a feeling. And they
okay.
sample some other joint. No, but they're giving it's dope. It's dope. I'm buying this one too because I ain't gonna lie. Like most, okay, I had most of De La's albums. Like De La, they barely dropped. I remember 3 Feet High and Rising.
They
I
are
remember
art. They are true
they
artists.
they I just remember Battle Cat's little brother coming on the block with a boombox playing. plug tuning in like 87 and we were like, what the fuck is this? And I mean, dude, we're on the West Coast and we're like, what is this? But it was dope. It was, plug one, plug two. Like it was dope. We was like from then on, I've been rocking with Daylight. And yeah, Dave passed. That was a shock to me.
That hurt my
It
feelings.
did it, man. I was like, what? Dave from Daylight passed? And this is like a
Yeah.
tribute, I guess, to Dave. And the few songs I heard, I love. I'm buying this. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. It's
I mean, the
yeah,
truth is I can tell you right now, I haven't heard anything, and I already know that it is a worthwhile project, and I know that it is something that people need to engage in, and I know it's gonna be something that's going to uplift the spirit and it's gonna open the mind. That's hip hop. We
yeah,
should support that. We should be encouraging that. That's hip hop.
yeah. You can tell they put a lot of the two brothers put a lot of thought and it because it hit my heart chakra when I heard it. I said, yeah, they were
Instant.
very, and then that was their brother. That was their brother who passed. So I get it. But
Oh,
like I only had a connection to Dave just off of just me, myself, and I, the 3 Feet High and Riding album, like that dope lyricist, dope. I love his verses, but then that was their brother, so it's like I was like, oh yeah, I feel it. So Cabin in the Sky, Daylight, yeah, man, go. I'm telling y'all, go check it out. It's dope.
one of my favorite newer projects that they had, they were working with a little mini orchestra, and they had some vocalists on a song called Drawn.
Uh huh.
Belgium. Oh, you. Oh, in love. Oh, just yeah, their understanding of music and sound and the way they approach everything. It's yeah, like Nuff said, just respect and support.
It's funny you were talking about. I'm thinking about a joint. It was a movie that Ice T was in, and I think Ice Cube was Judgment Night. I think it was,
Hmm.
and De La had a song where they sampled Tom Petty,
Yeah,
and it was a group called Teenage Fan Club and De La Soul. I remember having that one single, and it was cool. It was I liked it. It was cool because I just started getting into like Tom Petty as well. No, I ain't gonna say just
I
started.
did it. I'm done.
You say what?
You said I liked it.
I didn't say that. Did I
Yeah,
say I liked it? I said I
yeah, you,
liked it.
you said
You
I liked
probably
it.
you probably heard a hiccup in his damn recording or whatever's going on. No, I was saying the joint was cool, but it was like okay, it was alright, but it was still a dope. Just how they did it, like you say, they're creative, they're dope. It's like you can't take that away from them.
Super dope. Super
So
dope. One of the greatest underrated rap crews in the game, and it's
yeah,
wild because when you look at the weirdos that they got overlooked for, it really pisses you off.
yeah,
Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. I remember the impact that their music had. Meanwhile, you got people that are calling themselves rap gods and rap legends, and talking about they're making classic music and they can't even sell their own records.
right. I guarantee Daylight will sell more than anyway. Um
Then
yeah.
then Chappelle, then the Shan People,
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure. Lizzo outsold Shan People.
It ain't
Like that's the best thing that he did this week. He helped give Lizzo some self esteem back.
mm.
Like because Rick Ross album sold less than mine.
That's a
Mine
cold.
mine's went paper plate and his went plastic spoon. Ah, but yeah, no salute, salute, and just that's what's up. It's always good
And
when we highlight a little spotlight on music. A great
and
passion of ours.
next week we'll be on Kick because I think Dr. Jacko, you gotta get up with us. We want to hear some new music if you got some. I got my boy, he has a gospel album he wants me to highlight. So I'm gonna check his music out this week and I'll probably pick a song or two, let everybody kind of like rate it. We're gonna do that over there on Kick though. And I think I'll more than likely have this new Rakim and have some of this De La, and we'll be playing that over there too.
Let's have a little listening party, and
Yeah.
you know, yes, Carla, the sham pipple
Shan Pipple.
pour a little bit out for the prison guard. Now, I don't think I like this picture. I don't like this picture. I don't like the way AI be interpreting me sometimes.
I gotta get. Sometimes I just gotta feed because I'll normally feed them like
Cause I feel like they
real
hate
photos.
purpose.
Well, you know what they do? Sometimes they get a lot of things and they distort on purpose, like or like it's like they try to do stuff for it because they don't want to get sued, right? I think that's what they've done.
I
But when I give them like an actual photo, right, then it's it's better. I'll just say it like that. Like if I give them
like
an
it's like
actual
they going
photo.
out of their way to try to age me.
All right, hold on. Let me just remove that thing because the thing is I'm sitting
Oh,
over
you
here.
don't gotta remove it. It's
No, no,
fine.
no, 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 no. I'm sitting over here. I was trying to update, and the system wouldn't even allow me to upload a decent picture of D4 DV and Celeste
Well, that's
Rivas.
okay.
But I
You
got
don't
one.
really.
I think I got one. I got one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got one. I just had that because it was just tripping. It really was like really tripping, and I was like, what a anyway. But yeah, AI do be tripping, yo. You know,
I know, honey. You didn't even look like David. This stuff don't be looking like nothing. Listen to me. AI ain't about nothing. AI ain't about nothing.
okay.
So, all right. We've had a pleasant evening so far. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the conversation tonight, if you're enjoying the wrap up, let's just get a little engagement going on. Put a one in the chat if you're enjoying the conversation. Let's see how many people are actually paying attention. Salute to Akshay in the building, and I didn't forget about you. I saw you earlier. Salute to Kenzen. So put a one in the chat if you're enjoying the conversation, you following the conversation so far. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. Cause we about to get deep. We have some interesting things to talk about. Now, for those of you who don't know, from the second this story hit, we've been on it. We've been following this story. And, you know, at one point in time, there was some consideration about whether or not we were going to try to get inside the courtroom. I know that from for some of the earlier proceedings, you made it down to the courthouse. The last time you had went, they had that big old, boom boom threat,
Yeah.
all of that. The day that Celeste's family came, and that was right after he had been arrested. And I guess after that whole situation, they decided to, tighten things up on how they're going to be operating media access. And they have some bloggers in there, from different platforms. I see. I thought our mom was going to be in there, but instead they had Trapmore Ross in there. Um, and today was a particularly nasty day.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we get into this conversation? Because the truth is it's dark, and I'm glad we talked about everything else and we kept it light because this is going to just be. This is just from the moment that we went boots on the ground and we went over there to the house when they were first starting to skew the details and skew the facts around this. From jump, I said, even before we knew the gender or the age of the remains that were found in that car, I was on the fact that they were already doing disinformation in favor of David's reputation. From jump, we made shorts about it, we talked about it. But when we found out about Celeste, who she was, the fact that she was a runaway, how old she was, you know, we've been talking about a lot, but today in court, some very, very, very serious things were confirmed. And the simple fact that they confidently are pleading not guilty and he's sitting there like everyone else is sick that's sitting in that room. I'm glad you're not in there. I'm glad I'm not in there. I don't want these images in my head. I have a vivid enough imagination as it is, and I have enough terrible things that I have to stuff down and file down in my subconscious already without adding to it. They've been presenting evidence, guys, all kinds of evidence. Now, there was an article that we found earlier. Should we start there, or where do you really want to start with this? Because all of this is extremely troubling to me.
Wherever you want to start, I don't have the article. I'm looking and I don't see it. So
Where I sent it to you,
no.
I emailed it.
Oh yeah, okay. So give me 1 second because I essentially. Oh yeah, here it is right here. Okay. AP News
Hmm.
reveals a teen whose singer D4DV is accused of unaliving was pregnant, had an abortion a
A
year
deletion.
before the
A
death.
deletion.
Oh my bad. Well, if I'm gonna show the article, then
You can show it, but we just can't say it.
okay, got it. All right. Yeah. This is
Celeste
what.
has been confirmed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that Celeste Rivas Hernandez was actually with child at the age of 13. There was an actual conversation that happened between her and David Burke where they both acknowledged that she had been with child and that she had terminated the pregnancy. He even felt the need to ask, was it really his? And she acknowledged by saying, of course it was, David. These are all in his text messages.
But wait, hold on. His mom. He said my mom asked. My mom said I should ask. So you don't forget.
I know.
His mom was pretty much. Go ahead. Yeah.
His mother was complicit.
Yeah.
That came out in court today. Now, I don't know how many people are talking about it. I don't know how many people are going to talk about it. But evidence like that, and he pled not guilty to abusing a child in an sexual way with that kind of evidence. So, should I get to reading? Cause
Yeah, go ahead, because it's
I can read it. Hold on a second. Let's get into this article here. It's it really is troubling. Okay, so text messages between singer D4VD, also known as David Burke, and Celeste Rivas Hernandez, shown in court Friday, indicate she had been with child at age 13 and had a deletion more than 1 year before she passed away. In one exchange in early January 2024, David Burke apologizing says, well, apologized for putting her through this. It's okay, she said in a text. Neither of us are capable of watching or taking care of the baby. It's for the best, no? He later apologizes again before asking if it's his. And she replies, of course it's yours, David. The testimony came during a preliminary hearing where a judge will decide if Burke should go on to trial in Rivers Hernandez's unalivement. Prosecutors are seeking to prove Burke began SE actually, or should I say SAing Rivas Hernandez when she was 13 and he was 18. Then used a sharp object to take her life when she threatened to reveal their long sexual history and crater a career that he had that had earned him millions. They allege he dissected her remains in his garage, and a police analyst testified in the preliminary hearing that samples pulled from the apparent BLOOD stains there matched Rivas Hernandez's DNA. Her body was discovered in the trunk of a Tesla that had been towed. Sorry, guys. That had been towed from the Hollywood Hills in September, nearly 5 months after authorities said she was unalived. The Tesla was registered to Burke. Burke has pleaded not guilty to red rum, SAing of a child, and mutilation of human remains. And his lawyers have said he is innocent. Prosecutors spent Friday afternoon detailing the nature of the relationship between Burke and Rivas Hernandez. Photos of the two of them kissing and lying in bed were shown in court. The picture showed that she had David tattooed in red ink on her finger, one of the two fingers that had been cut off when her remains were found. Then Los Angeles Police Detective Corey Farrell described one by one more than 3 dozen photos of the two of them that could not be shown in court because they depicted explicit SA between David and Celeste. Rivas Hernandez was 13 and 14 years old in the photos. So, mm, what I what I'm struggling with right now, what I'm struggling with right now is they're really trying to do everything that they possibly can do to get him off. They don't want this to go to trial. They're doing everything that they possibly can do to find as many holes as they possibly can or loopholes that they can jump through so this doesn't go to trial. Because what's coming out now in this preliminary hearing, in my opinion, there is no way all of this happened. All of this happened. And nobody in his camp, nobody in his management, nobody in his family, nobody at the label knew about it. This is a relationship, in my opinion, his behavior was aided and abetted.
And there's proof of that because in one of the questionings of one of the managers, he essentially lied about the knowledge of the I believe the relationship that he had with the young girl, his client.
He lied during the grand jury, and they impeached his statements on the grand jury on the stand this week in the preliminary hearing. Woo! They found images in his phone because all of these images, the CP that they were talking about, all of the many gigabytes of stuff, they found that in his phone. In his phone. These images that this detective was describing in court today, one by one, came from David's phone. Celeste was deleted, they're saying, late April 2025, right before the Diddy trial. Her remains were discovered September of 2025. He got arrested April 2026, literally a year after she left this earth. And they found how much in his phone? In his phone. Is what I'm saying hidden with anybody?
Hmm. That's sad, sick.
Like, it's bad enough you abuse this child. It's bad enough this girl was a runaway. She became a runaway for you. You got custodial interference. You got harboring a runaway. You got all kinds of stuff that they're not even talking about. Like I'm really, really, really intrigued at how the law just keeps accidentally or becomes forgetful when it comes to charging people for crimes that they've actually committed. Because you let it just be an average person. They'll indict you for eating a ham sandwich on the wrong side of the street. We just had a whole conversation about a woman who spent 88 days in jail. for things she never did. So I'm just trying to. I want to see if this is landing with anybody. She had been gone, deceased for a year by the time they finally arrested him, and they were still able to retrieve how many mega Google bytes, googly oogly bytes was it? It
Yeah, I
was something
forget. It was a lot. It was something crazy. It was a
like
crazy
40.
amount.
What's the big one? The big byte?
Ter- Terabytes
Yeah,
or
it's like 40
gigabytes?
some odd terabytes.
Nah, it wasn't that many. It was like maybe gigabytes. Hold on. If wow, if you talking about
It
terabytes,
was the big because it was only like 42.
God,
It was like big, big. Whatever the biggest byte was, that's what they found in his phone. You kept all of that? You involved in intimate acts with a
yeah,
person that was underage.
40 terabytes. Yeah, that's
I told
crazy.
you
God,
it was the big one, the big bite, the biggest bite.
I got a hard drive right now. The biggest hard drive I got, 12 terabytes, and this is for production. This is for backing up of data. 12 terabytes is a lot. Jesus.
42.
Wow.
What didn't he film? What didn't he take pictures of?
Yeah, that boy's sick.
And they said it was all CP. And this is what they were discussing in court today. Of course, they can't show it in court because that would be the court being complicit in displaying CP. So instead, the detective had to describe. He reminds me of R. Kelly. Like, do you know when R. Kelly got arrested, he still had video footage of him with Aaliyah?
Ugh.
He was showing videos of that to the new girls.
Wow.
Asriel Cleary, he actually showed her a video of him with Aaliyah. Aaliyah had died in 2001. Asriel Clary was like 3 years old when he filmed that. And he shared that video with her. You got to be a sick something to abuse a child on camera and then keep it. But to hold on to it after that person is passed as like a memento. I wonder how many times he went back and watched it after she was gone. Because why would you need that in your phone? It's not like he took it and backed it up in a hard drive somewhere. They found that in his phone.
They found it on the iCloud. Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, can you tap in for a second? Because I just need to recalibrate my mind.
There were, yeah, go ahead. I'm ready to put a whole pin in this whole little conversation because there were other, like, I'm still saying, and don't be mad at me, y'all, for saying still look into Celeste's Revis's mother and father, because I have my own theories about what was going on in the household. Like why, like this, she was not living a normal life as a kid. You're supposed to watch. You're like, I'm not gonna let. I swear to God, and shout out to my boy Black Diamond. We same way, and Voodoo. Shout out to Voodoo. I think the first time that I ever let my daughter, like, and this was maybe she was in fifth or sixth grade, spend a night outside, and it wasn't even the whole night. Was I, Voodoo, Western Hemisphere. Shout out to him. He's a dope producer. He produced for Razzcast's album.
Yeah.
First time I met him, I'm like, I think I met him before, but my daughter and his daughter were in the same class, and we're like, she had a little sleepover, and 11, 12 years old, something like that. So this was around the same age that Celeste would be. I pulled up and I'm like, oh, what's up? I knew Vu a little bit. Okay. And I'm like, the parents were just dropping their kids off and leaving, not even checking to see who was, you didn't know who was in that house. And
Yeah.
I went in and that was the first time. And I didn't let her stay the night. She wanted to stay the night. I was like, nah, you stay a few hours. I'm coming right back to come get you. Luckily, the homie is your friend's father. Cool, that we good, but you still not gonna spend a night. Everybody need to look at those parents. I'm sorry. We already know D4DB's mother, because it come to find out that
She
she,
knew.
well, peep the game. She knew that they were messing around, and she
Yeah.
likely knew that she was underage. But then she also kind of knew, allegedly, let me just say allegedly, that after the whole unalivement in the body, she started moving money around, putting houses out of,
And changing
taking houses out of
changing
his
property.
name, and
Yep. And putting it in her name.
she
They were
she
preparing.
she needs to go to jail too.
I think that's why they're fighting so hard to make sure that this doesn't go to trial. Because if this goes to trial, it should become a RICO.
When you say Rico, it's hard to, like, even prove that they're gonna, man, the way these legal
I
people do,
understand
when
that.
they
But
want it to be a Rico, it'll be a Rico. They don't. I'm telling you,
I'm telling
it's
you,
so many other people.
there is something more to the story. How did that girl get on a plane at LAX and fly to London, to which
That's
you need a passport for, and
that's what I
you
was
need
gonna say.
proper ID, proper this, you have to be able to have parental consent. There is too much wrong with this. There are too many people involved in this.
They were allowing this to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. Because she not only went to,
Did
she was,
he
I think,
share?
did she go to Mexico too? She was like, they
There's
said she was in
something about
planes.
he was in Mexico. My thing is this. Did he share any of those images of what he was doing with her with anybody else? It was in a cloud. Did anyone else have access to that cloud?
I'm sure they did.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that there are young people that are being, whated in plain sight. And I'm telling you right now, the entertainment industry is a good hunting ground and a great infrastructure for cover up. If this does not go to trial, no, that's because there are so many other people other than David Burke that are guilty as hell and complicit in what happened to that child. And what happened to her most likely was a group decision, in my opinion. Because let's be real, him getting rid of her to save his career, that's a bit much. When you go back and you look at R. Kelly and Aaliyah. He started messing with Aaliyah when she was like 13 years old. They were married when she was 15. He met her when she was 11 going on 12. This is no different than David.
True.
This is no different than David. Now, R. Kelly was just a little bit older than Aaliyah. I think he had like a decade maybe or so on her. David has 6 years, about 6 years on Celeste. But at the end of the day, everybody knew that he was a grown man that had married a little girl. They got it annulled. All of that stuff happened. And guess what? R. Kelly's career flourished. It was Aaliyah that had to go through public shame and rebranding. R. Kelly's career, he blew up after that. Am I wrong?
No.
So there is a whole situation and there is a whole point of view, especially considering the label that he's attached to. He's attached to Interscope. The PR people that they have, all the stuff that they have going on, they, they could have found a way to fix this for him. A payoff for the girl and her family. You see what I'm saying? Like there were other ways of handling this. A good PR campaign. But to take her life in the dramatic way in which it happened, to silence her forever for good. Yeah, that's Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine is at the head of Interscope. That's something much worse. Or am I wrong?
No.
Because that's my greatest argument. Why did her life need to be taken? Yes, it's a terrible situation. Yes, you being busted for being a kitty, you know, graper. Yeah, it's awful. It's terrible. But if R. Kelly's career could be salvaged after Aaliyah, they could salvage you after this. Nothing than money. You couldn't throw money at. Her life was taken because she knew something that didn't nobody want to get out. Her situation is so much worse. So much worse. There is something more. It reeks, Mary. It reeks. This reeks of human transporting. It reeks. All of that footage of that girl. Ain't nobody see it but David. Her being able to be flown around internationally. Where's the passport? Who approved it? There is more to this. And he had help. Talk to me.
Hmm.
Talk. Jump in
I
here.
mean, I yeah, that's I already said what I said. They're gonna have him. He's the fall guy. Um, investigate his parents. Investigate her parents because this isn't a but it's an industry thing. I think people really, you
This isn't
know,
an industry thing. I've been
they're
saying this
they're they're making it like he's he did all this to cover his tracks for his career. It's really no, it's other
Just
people.
it's companies, management companies. Where are his bodyguards at? Where's his security at? Who's not being questioned?
They said there were 48 illegal videos.
48. 48.
The text messages said a lot too in regards to um him telling on himself about, it just said a lot. It said
They
a
want
lot.
to front load it on him and find a way to make reasonable doubt make this all go away so don't nobody have to answer for nothing, just like they tried to front load it all on Diddy and just a couple of girlfriends, so the entertainment industry didn't have to answer for everything that I've been accusing. It's the same protocol over and over and over. Find the acceptable monster, find a way to sweep it all under the rug and make the rest of it go away so everybody can be safe. Why ain't nobody talking about that damn passport? You can come back. R. Kelly is proof of it. Why did that girl need to be gone? Why did her life need to be taken? Why was she discarded of in such a brutal manner? And why was she hid and allowed to decompose beyond recognition for months before they even tried to discard her? Where were her remains before that car? If TOD was late April, May, June, July, August, he was on tour. That car had been sitting there for weeks before they came to tow it away. Where were her remains for 4 freaking months? Guys, that's all the update we got right now. We will continue to monitor this situation and we will continue to talk. But
We're supposed to mention Diddy, but fuck Diddy. I'm hungry. Diddy's punk ass. I'll just say it since he's in the thumbnail. Supposedly his punk ass got into a fight. Yeah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I think we just come back and do a Diddy whole little thing because I don't think people get it. There's other stuff going on behind the scenes.
lots of stuff
Diddy,
going on.
Diddy's not. He's probably not gonna see the light of day no time soon. And if he got into a fight, they said he beat the dude really bad. Let me see. I heard there was an update about some other stuff with Diddy.
They said he choked him out, and I'm just like, I don't know. Did he have flashbacks of Cassie?
Oh,
He used to choke her out.
yeah.
Sounds like he's missing the good old days. At the end of the day, he's in the hole. Not protective custody. He's in the hole. PC, they put you in to protect you from being harmed. They put you in the hole for punishment. He was in that program so he could try to get out on early release. He shouldn't have been in the program because he was already a violent offender. And now he's showing signs of violence again. So I'm curious to see exactly if they're going to follow the law here or if they're going to keep bending it. Oh no, he's not going. He's in there. He in the hole. He in the hole. So I mean, we can talk more about that on another occasion. Just like maybe we'll come back, maybe we'll hit a part two, because we still haven't talked about Nolan Wells versus
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony. Um, that's a real thing
Hmm.
because there's some
I mean,
update on what's going on with the Carmelo Anthony case.
yeah, there is. I think
There's some
tomorrow
update out.
we
Yeah.
we no, I was gonna say we could probably just continue do one tomorrow, and then because we're before we get off to kick and do our music review. No, what did we say tomorrow? Not that it won't be the music review. It will be the MK Ultra special. Maybe we'll come back because
Uh,
there's a couple other things that we should have touched on, but we're not 100% uh, hip to a lot of things.
Yeah, this Celeste conversation is a bummer, but I hate the fact that I'm right. I know I'm right. What have I been saying from the very beginning? From Diddy to David, the industry is industry. Everybody's trying to make this out to be some fatalistic, illegal love affair gone wrong or whatever. Boop de boop. They're literally. I'm watching what they're doing,
They're just watering down the real situation.
and
That's
I
why I
hate
said,
that I'm right. I hate that I'm right. I know I'm right. I know the industry is involved in this shit, and they're gonna do whatever they gotta do to protect the industry. Because the truth is, if the industry gets implicated in this with this little girl in any way, there's no coming back from that. Because anybody who embraces the industry, that means all of their premieres are dead, all of their albums are dead, all of
mm-hmm.
their videos are over, all of their red carpets look exactly like what they are. Lambs being led off to the slaughter. Like, ugh. Anyway, guys, this has been the weekend wrap up. 10 10. Um, we'll see you soon. You'll probably end up seeing us tomorrow. You'll definitely be seeing us over.
On kick.
Yeah, and don't believe the hype. Just don't believe the hype, and trust me and believe me. Nothing is what they say it is. Nothing is what they say it is. That little girl was pregnant, and he asked, "Are you sure it's mine?" How many other people has she been with?
Hmm.
How many flights had she been on?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm guys, until next time. And for those of you who observe Shabbat Shalom, look out for your children. Protect your peace of mind. Don't let this internet get the best of you. And if you know something to be true and you believe it in your heart, don't let the internet convince you that you're wrong. Because, man, this internet stuff, man. Woo. They don't give no damn about these kids. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Mm. Shout out to Michael Jackson. On that note, guys, we're out of here. See you soon. Peace.